my beloved, and He is mine. His banner over me is love. I'm my beloved, and He is mine. His banner over me is love. His banner over me is love. He brings me to His banqueting table. His banner over me is love. He walks me to His banqueting table. His banner over me is love. He brings me to His banqueting table. His banner over me is love. His banner over me is love. Yeshua is the rock of my salvation. His banner over me is love. Yeshua is the rock of my salvation. His banner over me is love. Yeshua is the rock of my salvation. His banner over me is love. His banner over me is love.
Praise the higher. Children of Israel are here. Mount Hor. We're going inside the tomb to pray for our brother Aaron. Holy Land, Kadesh. We are in Kadesh. And as you know, Mount Hor is at the border of the children of Israel heritage. So we're still within the borders, but this is one of the borders.
Shabbat Shamayim, Kwadash Haya, Shamka Mahaya, Malak with Ka, Thaba Vatazawanka, Haya Aisha, Maharataza. Kawahaya, Bashamaya, Nathan Lanawa, Lakan Kayawan, Wasalat Nawa, Khawaf Nawa, Kasalat Nawa, Kawaf Nawa. Thabayanawa Minasaya Wapamba Hawashinawa Mayarai Kayalaka Hamlakwa Wahala Wahasaparas wa awalam
Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory. Amen. Praise the Most High.
All glory and praise to Ahaya Shohaya, Bahashmishaya, Wakodashawak. are the song, you are power, we are your people, you are the light, we stand in awe. We stand in awe of you. We stand in awe of you. Not by might, not by might, oh yeah, not by power, by your spirit higher, send your spirit higher. Not by might, not by power, by your spirit higher, send your spirit higher. You called us out the Babylon system. We heard you call, we followed your voice. Grace upon grace, mercy on mercy that you gave to us. We came alive. We stand in awe of you. Oh yeah, we stand in awe of you. Not by might, oh yeah, by your spirit higher, send your spirit He is jealous of me. Love's like a hurricane. I am a tree bending beneath the weight of his wind and mercies. When all of a sudden I am unaware of these afflictions eclipsed by glory, and I realize just how beautiful you are and how great your affections are towards me. And oh, how he loves us, oh, oh, how he loves us, how he loves us so. Praise the higher. Thank you for your love toward us. May we be the vessels you want us to be. He is our portion, he is our prize, drawn to the redemption by the grace in his eyes. And if grace is an ocean, we're all sinking. When heaven meets earth like a sloppy wet kiss and my heart starts pounding me inside of my chest. Well, I don't have time to maintain my regret when I think about the way that he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. He loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. Neither height or depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of the higher that is in Yeshua, our Lord. Romans 8:39. He loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves.
Sometimes I feel like I did bad. Sometimes I feel like holding back. Sometimes I feel like I can't wait to be alone. And then I think about his grace, his love be flowing from the throne. Can't get enough, and when I'm hurting, I'm bleeding. My spirit calling is pleading. For you, I need you to lead. For you, I get on my knees. This sin is like a disease. When I was way down, you picked me right up. The devil came round. He know it's time up. 24 elders bow down with their crown at your feet. Said you are worthy of all praise, and now this battle you defeat. Father, you're worthy of your name. Most High, the Most High, Most High, Most High, Most High, the Most High. Father, you're worthy of your name. Sometimes I feel like I did bad. Sometimes I feel like holding back. Sometimes I feel like I can't wait to be alone, and then I think about His grace, His love be flowing from the throne. Can't get enough, and when I'm hurting, I'm bleeding. My spirit calling is pleading for you. I need you to lead. For you, I get on my knees. This sin is like a disease. When I was way down, you picked me right up. The devil came round. He know it's time up. 24 elders bow down with their crown at your feet. Said you are worthy of all praise, and now this battle you defeat. Father, you're worthy of your name. Most High, the Most High, Most High, Most High, Most High, the Most High. Father, you're worthy of your name.
That's where it all started, yeah. First commandment, love a higher with all your heart. Second commandment, love your brother, love your sister. First commandment, love a higher with all your heart. Second commandment, love your brother, love your sister. Love each other. Love each other. Love each other. Love each other. First commandment, love a higher with all your heart. Second commandment, love your brother, love your sister. First commandment, love a higher with all your heart. Second commandment, love a brother, love your love. 'Cause a multitude of sins, all you have to do is find it. Oh, love cures everything and anything. All you have to do is find it. 'Cause hurt people will hurt people, but love will cure the brokenhearted. And loving people, laying love on people, bring it back to love. That's where it all started, yeah. First commandment, love a higher with all your heart. Second commandment, love a brother, love your sister. First commandment, love a higher with all your heart. Second commandment, love your brother, love your sister. Love each other. Love each other. Love each other. Love each other.
Praise Ahaya Bahashim Yeshaya Wakwadash Wawak. Shalom Israel. This is Sister Kana. Praise Ahaya. I'm so happy to be back. And it seems like it was a long time because I hadn't been able to post up any videos on the I Told You Travel and Entertainment channel because my computer was totally down all week, and even my phone. Remember I had mentioned it? I ended up dropping my phone and it just went on the kaputs. So I've just been incognito for the whole week. Excuse me. But I give all glory and praise to Ahaya. Bahashim Yeshaya, Wak, Kwadash Wak. And I say Shalom, and I pray you all are doing well. Welcome to the Nappy Head Chronicles, praise the higher, where we are chronicalizing the Hebrew Israelites, the Nappy Head people. Okay? But I just give all glory and praise because the Most High, Ahaya, he loves the children of Israel, and he wrote about it in the book, okay? And he put the book, hi, how are you? I'm good. I'm live, so I just, that's why I'm talking. See, I'll talk to you later. Okay, so hold on, let me close the door. Let's see, it's open, not shut. I put the thing in the door so that the door won't completely open up. Okay, so I'm back. So, okay, guys, so much is going on, and I was talking about the Most High's book, that holy book called the Bible, that the Most High wrote for his people. And for this time, when children of Israel would start to wake up, he would give us direction on what to do and where to go and what to expect. Praise the higher. And it's like clockwork, brothers and sisters. Okay, so I'm just going to bring it back a little bit, talking about before the Passover. And it just hit. And this is how it goes. Every time we have holy days, it's like the Most High gives us signs that Babylon the Great is falling. It's falling. And I know people don't want to hear about it. They want to act like, oh my gosh, no, I don't want to hear about it. Sister Kana, stop it. Don't talk about it, because everybody want to go back to sleep, and they don't want to face the reality that the book is true and it's coming to pass, and you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do. Okay, brothers and sisters, you're just going to have to face the reality. You're going to have to figure out what you're going to do, because Babylon the Great is falling. And it's been falling since 2008. But now the birth pains are getting boom, boom, boom. And it's high time, brothers and sisters, that you wake up out of your sleep, snap out of it, the delusion, and get out of Babylon and get out. Okay? Because the banks are collapsing right before your eyes, and I know you see it, and no one else is talking about it. It's amazing. I'm looking at other channels, trying to catch up, because I told you my computer was on the blink, and I was trying to see who's saying what. Ain't nobody, no Hebrews, no Hebrew Israelites are talking about the fact that these banks are collapsing. No one's covering it. They're all trying to act like, oh, we don't see the sky is falling. We don't see that. This is not Bible prophecy, and this is not what the Most High said was going to happen. We've been talking about these bank runs for years, but now it's happening right in your face, brothers and sisters. The banks are falling. They are collapsing. I'm urging you to get out of Babylon, get yourselves together, and start to store up outside of Babylon. Okay. So, that's why I guess, I needed to be here. I need to be here to bring this out. I believe this is why the Most High made sure I was outside of Babylon, because it seems like people who are inside of Babylon, they don't want to talk about this. They don't want to mention it, because they probably shaking in their boots, but they're trying to act like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's not okay, brothers and sisters. A higher prophecies are coming to pass. This is all culminating to the return of Yeshaya. And Israelites, if you are chosen, he said his people should have come out of Babylon. You should not be in the midst of the fall. Okay. He said, it's fallen is fallen. And then the next two verses, he says, come out of her, my people, not just spiritually, because that fall is going to affect you physically, your pockets and everything else. Mourning and burning, all that when you read. We're going to go into the chapter just to remind you, to reiterate, so our people can be on standby. Y'all need to be out of there at all costs. But I put a few videos together because, guys, I wanted to tell you I'm not able to stay on that long. We're in the midst of their Ramadan holiday again. So all the buildings, like I'm in the office, so the whole building shuts down at 5 o'clock. So I literally only have like a half an hour more. And I was trying to come on earlier, like say 2 o'clock.
I wanted to get a lot of information out, but I didn't even have time. I did a lot of running around today. So, maybe definitely next week, I will start earlier. I will start maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I know Eastern Standard and, Pacific time and all that time is much earlier. But I pray that you can catch the live, because I do want to see the 144 in the building, guys. I want to see the 144 in the building. So where my 144 at? Say, hey, Shalom 144. Where my saints at? Coming through. But I know it's kind of early for you guys, but we need you. Please press the like button, because I am not only I'm on the shadow ban. I'm just totally banned. Even the Israelites are against me. They don't want to hear this truth that's coming out of Jordan. They don't want to hear that Babylon the Great is falling. I don't know why people are so in a delusional state. Like every Israelite group that you talk to, they don't think we should leave. They see the stuff is happening, and they still trying to sit our people still. It's horrible. What's going on in Babylon with our people, with all the wickedness, and that place is, woof. It's such a demon-ridden place, and they have gotten such a hold on everything and everybody there. So you can't come out of there spiritually. You must leave physically to get up out of there, spiritually and mentally. That place has a demonic hold on all the people involved. So, you can't use that excuse like, oh, it's just spiritually. No, it's demon ridden. You need to get up out of there. The Most High told you every foul spirit, every cage demon is locked inside of Babylon. So it's not just a, spiritual thing. You must get up and leave. And brothers and sisters, you better hurry up, because these banks are collapsing and your money will be gone and will vanish. Get your money out the banks and buy some gold. And this is my first video. Like I said before, I'm going to get off early, only have a half an hour. And next week, I will start earlier. So please set your alarms to get up early, because I need the 144 in the building. I say shalom to everyone. Thank you for joining me. Please hit the like button. Please, comment and subscribe. So push this algorithm so people can see the title, Babylon the Great is Falling. There's a lot of people who don't even consider the Bible, even now. Like, they see this stuff is happening and they try to act like they have no clue that the Bible foretold these prophecies of what was happening. They act like they don't want to equate it to the Bible at all. So we need to let this title be pushed throughout the, earth, throughout the YouTube streets or whatever, however you want to talk about it. Please, please, please hit the like button, hit comment, subscribe, whatever you got to do to push it so people can see this title, Revelation 18:2, Babylon the Great is fallen, because that's what's happening, brothers and sisters. And even Israelites groups are, they ain't talking about it. They don't want to mention it, because they don't want to give the, the result of coming out of Babylon. I told you that all these groups are taken down. It's all infiltration. They're not even allowed to probably talk about this. They'll try to keep you busy with all this other stuff, try to act like, oh, all this other stuff they're talking about is so important. Like they spend all this money on these Passovers, and even the ones who they keeping the Passover on the wrong days, right? They getting ready to go into big celebrations, spending money instead of saving money, getting out of Babylon, doing what they have to do. They spending thousands of dollars on renting these spaces in Babylon, using up your money, and you could have used that and bought some land outside of somewhere. Easily use that money instead of renting these little conference, places, halls or whatever, spending thousands of dollars on foolishness, because the Most High is not in Babylon anyway. He despised the place. He ain't honoring it anyway. So you wasting money, and then you're going to, try to act like, oh, it's so important the people to, be saved out of there. The wickedness. And so now the other Israelites who they're keeping it on the wrong days anyway, They're not honoring the Most High. They're calling on different gods or whatever. And then they're going to spend all this money celebrating in Babylon, upholding the wickedness in these places, renting out these big spaces when you could clearly buy some land and put our people on it. Okay, but they ain't talking about it. They ain't talking about the banks full, and they ain't talking about none of this crap. And it happens every, seem like every Passover, our holy days, some kind of brick is being taken out of Babylon, and they try to act like do. They don't see nothing is going on. They can't talk about it. They rather talk about something else to keep you occupied on what is happening in Babylon. Babylon the Great is falling. The Most High said, come out of her, my people. These are signs, just like in 70 AD, that you see signs. Because listen, guys, in 2008, when it first hit, it was my sign. I saw it. I knew I had to go. And it's been falling ever since, little by little in these increments. But now the bricks are getting bigger. He's pulling the bricks out of Babylon, and it's falling. Get out of her, my people. Come out of Babylon, brother. Jordan is the safe place. Okay, but hold on. I got a video for you, a few videos, because I know I'm a little excited because my computer, I told you, was busted ever since Passover. All of a sudden, it seemed like I got some kind of virus on my computer. I could not get in my computer at all. And then I dropped my phone, and then the phone broke. So I was shut down for a whole week. So I couldn't really talk, but I usually just post, and I told you travel, and I told you entertainment, that YouTube page, but I haven't been able to do that. So I'm a bit excited because I wanted to, talk to our people and tell them, like, I pray y'all getting out of Babylon. I pray you making your way out of Babylon. Okay, so that's why I'm a little excited, okay? Because when I see the Most High's prophecies come to pass, when I see the Most High working and moving, it resonates in my spirit. Praise the Higher. And so I have to, speak and talk and tell our people, get out. We can make it, Israel. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to trust the Higher, Okay, let me get a video for you, what I wanted to show you guys. Where is it? Hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Okay, praise Ahaya, Bahashim Yeshaya, Wakwadash. This is Sister Kana, and I wanted to, take a look at the gold coins that I was suggesting that people purchase. These are the gold coins. It's like the size of a dime, but it's, pretty decent weight, and it's about 320 JD right now. This is just one size that you can get, and you could purchase, or you can purchase silver coins as well. But this is what you want to start doing, brothers and sisters, as we see that Babylon the Great, it's falling. Just like the Bible prophesied. 2008 was the first glimpse, and now we're starting to see a bigger falling of the economy, of the American economy like the Bible describes in Revelations. So I'm urging that you brothers and sisters start to stack up, buy gold, but most importantly, get out of Babylon, because the prophecies are true, and the Most High warned us. He said, come out of her, my people. Jordan is the safe place, brothers and sisters. So I just want to reiterate that. And also, just want to reiterate buying gold and silver, mainly gold because it's worth more. And, put some money aside and start buying some gold. And here is, I want to show you this clip as well. Here is another size. This is a 1 ounce gold, and this is a Swiss coin. And it's approximately $1,480 JD dinar. Okay, so it's about 1,400, almost 1,500 JD. Okay, and you can, buy this in Jordan and start saving and stacking up on gold and silver. I will do another video on some silver coins that you can get, but this is basically just to show you that you can purchase gold and silver as you come out, or you can just buy you some jewelry. But the this big one is 24 karat, and the small coin is 21 karat gold. It goes, you can get as low as 18 karat and go up to 24, and the 24 is the purest, gold. So this is what you want to start doing, brothers and sisters. Get out of Babylon first and foremost. You can buy gold and silver anywhere in the world, and you don't have to be, putting yourself through this. It's not okay. The Bible tells us to leave, get out, so that you do not partake in the foolishness that's about to go down there. Okay? Our salvation is not in Babylon. Christ is not coming to redeem anybody there. He's not going to save you. That's what he said. He told us to come out. So I pray you listen. But I just wanted to give you some information on gold and the different sizes that you can go. So the ounces and then the smaller grams. Okay? Shalom and praise Ahaya Bahashim Ishaya. Wak Kwadashul Wak. Every word in that Bible is true.
Okay, brothers and sisters, so I just wanted to give you that bit of information about buying gold and really making sure that you have something in case you have to make a move. Also, if you need to purchase you a plane ticket, you can purchase one now. Buy your plane ticket and try to put it on reserve. They have different ways that you can, buy a ticket in advance. At least you will have that money aside already for a plane ticket to get up out of Babylon, brothers and sisters. Also, I'm working on ways. I told you I can book flights in, coming out of Babylon. I'm working. I told you travel is now affiliated with different companies that we can book flights coming out of Babylon or anywhere in the world. So it may not be the conventional way that you normally do it, online and things like that, but it can be done. So that's something that you should really be thinking about, being able to put some money aside that you can get you a ticket, get out, be able to move. The Bible prophesies that Babylon, aka America, will be destroyed, and you do not want to be there in that time. Now I know it's a pretty scary time, but you need to be more afraid of what the Most High is going to do, for not listening, opposed to what your flesh is feeling, or just in fear. Your fear should be with the Most High. So focus on that. So again, buy you some gold, brothers and sisters. That currency will not fade away. They got the Bitcoin, they got all this other stuff going on, but gold. And see, and that's, let me just quickly say, this is one of the things that the Most High had shown me when I was in Babylon, and I was saying he had me locked in my room for months as he was preparing for me to leave Babylon. He was showing me a lot of things. And one of the things he showed me that I never really discussed, but it was very pertinent now, I understand. He had brought to mind when Nixon was president and he took America off the gold standard. For some reason, the Most High wanted me to pay attention to that. And I think it's because to know, that is the only currency that the Most High is in favor of. That's the only currency he respects, And I'm going to look into it. So next week, we're going to go into the scriptures and, talk about gold. We know that Most High said money is a defense. So we know that, so that it is okay to store up what you have and prepare, just like the ants do. They know to store up for a rainy day or when the winter time and you're not able to move. So be wise, brothers and sisters. Gold is the standard according to the Most High. Anyway, he was mad when Babylon took gold out of the the country and put the dollar in anyway, because that was one of the things he had shown me. Because I always talk about how the Most High was dealing with me before I left Babylon. I never really mentioned that part, but he was showing me a lot of different things, and I didn't know the significance at the time, because I didn't even know like we was Israel, this and that. But one of the things he did show me was when Nixon was president of the United States, took America off the gold standard. That was a problem for the Most High. So he wanted to reiterate that. And so now it came to my mind, because it's important to buy gold. I wouldn't waste my time and my money in that Bitcoin stuff. That's going to be, that's Satan's currency. He's going to, utilize that currency for the mark of the beast. So don't worry about that, getting all involved with that. I mean, I know I think it is easy and fast money, but that's how they're going to segue us into that mark of the beast. And we know we're not supposed to deal with that mark of the beast. Put your money into gold and silver. Okay. So, this is why I put that video together to show you can buy gold and silver, brothers, even if you don't have to buy it like that big old ounce, and I know it's 1,500 and it's a lot, but brothers and sisters, y'all spending your money on way more, less important stuff. It's okay to take a chunk of your money and put it in some gold and silver. Go down and get you some gold. Even if you got to put you a nice little gold chain on your neck with a, emblem on it or whatever, if you don't need to do it that way, or just buy you some coins. But excuse me. I just really wanted to bring it to mind that the Most High did bring that to my attention. Gold. He said he was pointing to Nixon when he was dealing with me, and how Nixon took the country off of the gold standard, and what time and why he did it, and the Most High was showing me, and I had looked into it, but I didn't really pay that too much mind compared to all the other, information about Babylon was falling, and all the other things that the Most High was showing me. But now I understand why. So I'm urging you, brothers and sisters, get you some gold, get you some silver, and put that stuff away. And you need to get out of Babylon doing that, because when you try to fly, there's a certain amount of money you can't have. You can only have, I think, up to $10,000, in currency when you're traveling. But even that, you have to be careful, because, these people are very corrupt. And when you get stopped, at these borders and things like that, think of Dr. Sebi and what happened with him. He was taking money, cash money with him and this and that. So you want to be very careful. I would wait till I get outside of America, and where you're traveling, now you're sitting still. You can start to store up, and you can start to put money away and buy gold. You can buy gold in any country in the world. They also go. You have to, make sure it's reputable. Try to find someone that you can trust who will give you information. Like I told you, I had a friend who's here, and, she's been married here, for years she's been here. And she, gave me that information, and she told me at several places that you can buy gold, and it's, that this is what her family does. So you can buy gold in other countries, brothers and sisters. I'm not telling you this because I'm selling gold. I have no monetary reason of telling you this. I'm just warning you, brothers and sisters. Get out of Babylon. Get prepared. Food, water, and the things you need, a tent, shelter, all these things, and buy some gold. This is time for preparation. This is what the Most High has, is urging us to do. Come out of her, my people. You're not going to hear this from these brothers in these Israelite camps. I'm telling you, they've all been taken down. They're not in ain't nobody discussing it. I haven't seen one. I was combing through YouTube and stuff since I've gotten my computer back, and I don't see nobody's talking about that the banks are falling And so in lieu of that, let me give you another video, because I know the building here shuts down at 5. Again, they're in their Ramadan season, so I only have just a little bit of time. But next week I will come on earlier, and just, I pray that you can come on. I pray the 144,000 come on, and be on, live with me. So that way, we can get this information out. But we are in dire times, brothers and sisters. Don't get caught out there with nothing. Get out of Babylon. Live to see another day. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it, doubting and being afraid and, being, not in good stance with the Most High, because you don't want to leave, or for whatever reason. Get out. Leave. You'll make it. Trust me. You'll make it. Praise the higher, because I made it. And the Most High, I didn't have nothing. A lot of people, they're coming out with pensions. They have retirement. That I had nothing. I walked out with nothing. And the Most High sustained me the whole time. He always made sure I had a pot to piss in and the windows thrown out. Praise the higher, Bashim Shaya. Okay? So let me give you this other video, just giving you some news, so that you guys can understand the time we're in. Hold on. I know, but sometimes it needs to be reiterated. Hold on. I don't know which one. Uh-oh. Hold on, guys. No, I don't see it. Yesterday. Okay, hold on, guys. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube, and let me share my screen with you. Hold on. Okay, here's one. I have a few, so I'm sharing my screen so that you can see. This is just a couple of days ago. So I know it happened like a week or two ago when the first collapse happened.
They couldn't even afford to pay off $500 million of debt, but they just gave out.
So, a lot of people have been reporting. So hold on.
Balance sheets. We've seen this develop faster than anyone would have believed over recent weeks, with a daisy chain of American banks falling apart and the chaos even spreading across the pond to Switzerland. It's now taken down Credit Suisse, one of the oldest and biggest banks in the world, and the media and these talking heads are all pushing the same narrative, that the Fed came to the rescue, that there is nothing wrong with our financial system, and this was all just a momentary blip, nothing to worry about at all. The truth, though, is a very different thing, and we've just received a brand new report coming from economists from the Social Science Research Network that says there are 186 more American banks on the brink of failure, suffering from problems identical to the ones that brought these previous banks down, and that number is not even close to the potential number of bank runs should things really go badly. If you want to get these kind of updates with real news that isn't dictated by some media billionaire, then sign up for my 100% free newsletter, Stoic Markets, but more on that later. For anyone living in the wilderness, lucky enough not to have to read the news daily like I have to, what's been going on over recent weeks? Well, bank failures. Banks have been falling apart all over the place, but they've mostly been concentrated in the US and actually in California. The biggest one to go was Silicon Valley Bank, and while it has now emerged that they were basically a criminal organization and that they refused to follow standard banking regulations, and they were more obsessed with the color of the skin of their board members than they were their financial stability, this is still a problem for the rest of the industry too.
Hold on.
Because
okay, hold on. But I do want to say, he's talking really fast, and I pray that you can hear that. It's mainly in America because of course the Bible prophecy is Babylon the Great is falling. So we must keep that in mind, because a lot of people. There was one that was in UK. There was a bank a Swiss bank that fell. That one was in UK. So people want to be like, oh, it's the whole world. And, and we know all the earth will be affected. The whole earth will be affected. But we know that Babylon the Great, which is AKA America, is going to be the one that falls. Okay, so let me just hurry up because I know they keep preparing to close. Hold on.
University hires surely didn't help the situation, but the reason SVB fell is they just outright lost billions of dollars as bond prices fell, and every single American bank out there has also lost money on the bonds they own as well. Signature Bank, which collapsed a few days after SVB, lost billions, as did First Republic Bank, who have seen their slow but steady fall last over well a week now. Asset prices have fallen and banks own trillions of dollars worth of assets, so banks have lost lots of money. That may seem like an oversimplification, and to be fair it is, but it's also all you really need to know about what has happened so far. The breaking news behind this video is that far more banks have lost far more capital than we had earlier realized, and we only know this today thanks to an academic paper released just a few days ago that exposes just how bad this situation is. The paper is called Monetary Tightening and US Bank Fragility in 2023, Mark-to-Market Losses and Uninsured Depositor Runs. Now that's a riveting title, I know, but worry not, you don't have to read it because I have. Now the gist of the paper is rather simple. We analyze US banks' asset exposure with a recent rise in interest rates with implications for financial stability. The US banking system's market value of assets is $2 trillion lower than suggested by their book value of assets, accounting for loan portfolios held to maturity. That is literally the first line from the abstract of this paper, and they don't waste any time explaining that there are $2 trillion worth of losses that are not being accounted for because of sneaky accounting rules designed to help banks make billions of dollars. But this is where things get really bad, because these economists have really done their homework. They've worked out that as SVB collapsed, they sold their assets and caused the average value of those assets around the entire world to fall by an average of 0.4%. 0.4% is not a huge number, but keep that in mind for later. This paper then outlines how many American banks would collapse under a few different circumstances. The first circumstance is a little bit unlikely, and it involves banks being forced to liquidate 100% of their assets in order to pay out every single depositor the most extreme bank run imaginable. Under these circumstances, 2,315 American banks would be insolvent and incapable of giving that money out that they owe. But as I said, 100% of all assets being liquidated and sold is incredibly unlikely, so we really shouldn't worry about this happening, especially since that first $250,000 in every account is guaranteed by the government, so a bank run occurring on assets underneath that mark really is very unlikely. But how would bank runs that are a little bit more realistic look? What would happen if all uninsured by FDIC deposits are withdrawn? Well, that would result in 1,619 American banks becoming insolvent, and this is a much more foreseeable future. Any penny over that $250,000 mark is legally uninsured, so if depositors get anxious and unsure about the safety of their bank, that money will be withdrawn. But maybe still, this is too negative an outlook for you. 100% of uninsured deposits being withdrawn is still too extreme a possibility in your mind. So what about if just 50% of uninsured deposits are withdrawn? This is actually a very likely result, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if we saw this in the near future. Silicon Valley Bank saw about 25% of their deposits withdrawn over the course of one single day, so 50% being withdrawn for other banks over a longer time frame is not unrealistic at all. Well, under those circumstances, 186 American banks would find themselves insolvent and essentially collapse. 186 American banks. The turmoil over the last month was caused by 5 banks falling, and if just half of the uninsured capital is withdrawn, we will see 186 banks collapse. But I'm afraid it actually gets worse from here, because as these assets are withdrawn, they have to be sold. They have to be turned into cash so they can be given to the depositors, and that means massive sell orders on the open markets, and the prices of these assets will fall. This is known as a fire sale, and this happened just a couple weeks ago. Remember when I said that SVB's collapse alone caused asset prices to fall by 0.4%? Well, if the same thing happens for every other bank in America, if liquidating only half of their uninsured assets causes market prices to fall by just 0.4%, there will be an absolutely monstrous collapse in the American financial system. 1,724 banks will collapse under these circumstances. 1,724 banks will find themselves insolvent if their customers don't touch a single penny of the money that is insured.
Now you hear that, like 1,600 or 1,700 banks are going to be on the brink of collapsing. And also they said they're only going to have maybe, like, I don't know, 6 to 8 major banks at the end of this. And then they're all going to, be the ones, the major ones who participated in the slave trade. Those banks are now trying to enslave the children of Israel again by having, your assets be in a chip. So these 8 to 10 banks, let's say, that's going to be standing are the ones who will implement the mark of the beast. So you don't want to have anything to do with that, brothers and sisters. Get you some gold and silver, buy you some a plane ticket for you and your family in advance that you can hold. See if you can do that. Check the airlines and see if you can just buy you a airline ticket that you can have on reserve for, the next couple of months that you can use at any time. And Jordan is the safe place, brothers and sisters. Get within the borders. Hold on.
And if they only choose to take out half of their capital that's uninsured. These numbers sound ridiculous. I know. I don't blame you for thinking that I must be lying about this paper, but I assure you this is what the paper found. These are the circumstances laid out by these economists, and this is a very possible event that we may find ourselves in very shortly. The reality is that there is no mainstream media out there willing to delve deep into academic
I see your question, like and explain now, see, this is the issue. Hold on.
The Wall Street Journal,
with most of our people, believing that they go everywhere is Babylon. They all drunk the wine. Okay, we have to understand what the prophecies are talking about. When the scriptures in Revelation, and I wanted to read it, and after this play, I'm gonna go into it. Babylon the Great is one particular place that will be destroyed. We know with the prophecies that Babylon is America, but France, Germany, Switzerland, all these places are part of the whore, but they are not the ones who are in domineering mode right now. America is the dominating place. That is where Judah is in the neck of his enemy. It's mainly in America, the tribe of Judah. And they have hung us, killed the prophets, still killing us today. It's not like Europe. Even though there's stuff that does happen in Europe, and, like the Queen of England, took down the throne of King James and all that stuff. Babylon is predominantly where our people came on the slave ships. Judah is mainly there. And this is where they've been hanging and killing us. All the prophecies have happened concerning to Babylon in America. So it's not that we know they're all in it together. We know that they all, participated, but there's one place specifically that Revelation is talking about. When in Revelation 50, 51, those things is not just one place. I mean, not all the nations. We all know they conspired against us. They all had a part in it. But at this point, Esau have double-crossed them all, right? Taken over because they want full domination. So right now, they're taking out all the other countries, even with the occupation over in Israel today, taking down the Palestinians who they are in agreement with, but they don't care. So it's not so much that every place, Babylon is going to be destroyed. That's the place where people are going to be crying over it and all that stuff. Did you hear that Ghana building lit in the 3 colors and people are going to go? You said, did you hear about Ghana building lit? I don't know what that is. But Shalom, I want to say Shalom to everybody. Shoshana, sisters, Shalom, Akwaf, Michelle, White, praise Ahaya, and Juanita Mitchell, praise Ahaya. we got 144 in the building. We got the children of Israel in the building. Praise Ahaya. The saints are here. Now you're saying, okay, I didn't hear about that. If you can send me a link or something so that you can tell me, because I don't really understand. You said, did you hear about Ghana building lit in the LGBT colors? Oh, and people are going crazy. Oh, because listen, that's what I'm saying. They're trying to get all our people over in Ghana. And then they start with that foolishness. And that's why I'm telling the children of Israel, there's only one safe place. Jordan is the safe place. They're trying to lure the children of Israel all over the world. They're trying to offer them free, citizenship and this and that. Oh, they put the LGBT colors on the Ghana flagship building. No, I didn't know about that. More wickedness. And this is where they trying to lure African Americans to go to, giving them citizenship, going to Ghana. And now they got that foolishness going on. More sin. So, don't go for it, children of Israel. Don't go for it. Jordan is the place. There's only one safe place that the Most High said within his borders that he will protect us, and that's Jordan. They offer them $100 million. Yeah, they're trying to buy the children of Israel to go into these places where they will not be protected. There will be no protection down in Africa, in those parts of Africa. The only place the Most High said within his order, there's one place, there's one name, that's it. The Most High, he ain't giving a whole lot of options. He said, those who are found within my borders, which is within that border of right in the Middle East, Jordan. It's Jordan, parts of Egypt, a little bit of Syria, a little bit of Iraq, and Turkey. Not even, I don't think Turkey is within the borders. No, you got to get within the border. And Jordan is in the midst. Syria is taken down. Iraq is in chaos. So the only place you can really go is Jordan. Okay? Egypt, you can go to Egypt too, in parts of Egypt. Alexandria is not within the borders. So our brothers and sisters wasn't safe over there anyway. But they needed to come within the borders, not go back into Babylon, And you got brothers sitting in Babylon who was in Egypt talking, just, trying to hype it up like, oh, we was there and we did this and that. But you sold out, you packed up, and you went back to Babylon. So there's no, heroic medal that you're going to get, for going back to Babylon when the Most High said, come out of her, my people. And now you're trying to lure people into Mexico when doggone well, our people will not be safe in Mexico. It's still in Babylon. You must get off that continent, get within the borders. There's only one safe place, which is Jordan. Okay? So I just need to really reiterate that, because you say in exchange for Ghana debt, they had to accept the LGBT. Yeah. They got to still sell their soul. Everything with Esau is you got to sell. There's a price. You're going to sell your soul. Okay? And see, our Israelites, it's amazing to me. Like they all on a line and they don't believe the Bible, but they talking about all this stuff is happening and they don't have no example, no, explanation of why this stuff is going on. They see the food stores are closing. They closing 15, 20 shops at a time. Different cities. All these stores are closing. There's going to be no food there, brothers and sisters. But you know what the Most High said? When they put you out of your houses in Babylon, then you're going to know who was his. So it's coming, brothers and sisters. People going to be put out in the street. No food, because you refuse to leave now while you got a chance. Then you're going to be so destitute, you're going to do nothing but sell out. You understand? There's no salvation there. You dying in the streets of Babylon ain't going to give you no kudos with the Most High. He ain't going to be feeling none of that because he told you to leave. So don't people think, well, I'll just, go down with the ship. I'm sure the Most High, I could find favor in his eyes. No, it ain't going to happen. And because he said, come out of her. The Most High has a specific way that he wants this thing to go. He wants the Israelites to come out of Babylon, get within the borders. He gets the glory in this when it goes this way. You getting sacrificed and killed in Babylon, there's nothing for him. You end up going out like Satan did. He gets no glory in that. The glory for the Most High is you obeying him, coming out of Babylon, getting within the borders, getting down to the wilderness, and where he can send his son to redeem us. That's where his glory and his praise, because that it shows to the Gentiles. They're going to be a witness to us being in this wilderness. He gets the glory. Otherwise, you're taking away the glory of the Most High. by trying to act like, oh, you could sit in Babylon and still be redeemed. It's not going to happen. Don't let people lie to you. They're lying to you, brothers and sisters. Trying to act like, oh, you can be redeemed there. Oh, Most High got us. He ain't going to let us. No, that's not true. He's going to let you. He's going to let you get destroyed there. Because he told you to come out. And I know a lot of brothers and sisters, really straddling the fence with this, especially our sisters. Now, I done went over those scriptures of showing you that a lot of our men are not going to make it because for some reason they're wrapped up in that whole Babylon system. They believing on this whole brotherhood thing, and they don't believe that there's brothers who are selling them out. They don't want to really believe that. And so sisters are trying to be loyal and, good, righteous sisters. It don't make you righteous by sitting there getting destroyed in Babylon. That does not count for righteousness when the Most High gave you instruction to come out of her, my people. So while I got a little more time, I'm going to play a little more of this video, and then I'm going to go into the scriptures, okay? So you can read it for yourself that it's not the whole earth it's talking about. It's not just, Europe and, Africa and America. No, it's talking about America by itself will be destroyed. Hold on.
Did actually report on this paper, but the article is only 5 short paragraphs long and only mentions the absolute best possible scenario laid out by those economists where only 186 banks are insolvent. They refuse to even cover the 0.4% fire sale risk at all, not mentioning it even once throughout their entire article. The truth is, they have an agenda, and that agenda is about keeping you in the dark, making sure you don't know what's really going on, so that you're the last ones to pull your money out when the next bank run comes.
Okay, you hear
And
that?
It isn't even like you.
It's a deception going on, brothers and sisters. They're not even telling you how serious this thing is so that you would be the last one to get any money out. I'm not saying that you even got money, but I'm just saying this is a deception going on. They're not even talking about how severe this thing is until it's too late. Nobody is really talking about it. You got these few people on the news that's bringing it out. But why is it the Israelite groups talking about this? Why are they trying to put something together so that our people will have some finances and have some kind of way? What kind of foolishness is this? That our men who supposed to be spearheading us, surviving, waking us up. What the point of you waking us up just to get destroyed? To watch our own demise? What's the point of you claiming to wake us up and waking your people up when there's no action, no plan in place for any survival at all? What, America's just going to fall and you're going to fall with it? You're going to be in Mexico somewhere falling? Is that the plan? What is going on? Why is anybody not stepping up? And you got all these brothers with these titles, elders and bishop and deacon, and nobody saying nothing. No plan. I mean, we know Christ is our deliverer, but you must get in the safe place. There's increments to this. See, a lot of people want to believe, the Most High got me. I know he ain't going to lead me all this way. And not to tell you, you're not listening. Because he's trying to give you direction. Someone is here telling you, get out. That's the next step. Once he wakes you up, he shows you what's coming. You are to leave. Get out. Buy you some gold on the way. Put some money away that you can grab. Get out so that when you get here, you can buy you some a tent, some food, and, prepare for the plan C. Plan A is to first wake up and get out. Plan B is to get within the borders and start to prepare. And plan C is being prepared and ready to make a move on where you're supposed to get to. And that information will be given to you. But you must do plan A and plan B first. You must get out of harm's way first. That place is going down.
YouTube is much of a better platform for getting your news either. Just a couple of weeks ago, a British member of parliament, an elected government official in the United Kingdom, had a speech that he made in our Houses of Parliament taken down by YouTube. This speech was good enough for the most important governmental institution in one of the oldest countries in the world, but still YouTube won't let a single person hear that speech on their platform. If this platform, YouTube, is how you get your news about financial markets, if you rely on people like me to tell you what's really going on, what economists are really predicting for the future, then you need to subscribe to my free email newsletter, Stoic Markets. Twice a week, I send an email out for free that explains everything going on in the markets, especially the stuff that you...
Yes, brothers, there is a censorship. We only getting part of it. Y'all have no idea what if they allowed to say certain things, then you know that there's a whole host of other stuff going on. You understand? They're not giving us all the information. They don't want us to survive this situation. So only thing you can do is listen to the Most High and get out. They have a diabolical plan against us. We are in Jacob's trouble. Get out. There's nothing else, really, that no one else can tell you. They can tell you buy food for 6 months. Not in Babylon. That is not for Babylon. You can buy 6 months to a year to 5 years outside of Babylon. Babylon is going to be destroyed, brothers and sisters. Okay, I'm going to just go a little bit more with this, and then I'll read the scriptures just to remind you. Because some of us...
YouTube and the mainstream media won't allow on their platforms. It is the only way I can guarantee you see groundbreaking information like what I'm revealing in this video, as YouTube have a habit of shadow banning and demonetizing the content I put out as well, which means half the time you never even get the chance to click on my videos. Just last week, I put out a video looking deep into a hedge fund whose explicit purpose is to identify the next Black Swan event, and YouTube killed.
Now, you could hear people like this who already got 100,000 subscribers. They already, are being seen. Imagine somebody like me. That's why you see I only got 16 people in the room. I got 20-something videos on a lot of my videos. Sometimes I get into the hundreds. A lot of times I do get in the hundreds, but it takes a lot of time for people to have to check my channel, then find the videos. But if they shadow banning them and they already got 100,000, can you imagine somebody like me? And that's why I didn't even bother telling people like, subscribe, I didn't do stuff like that because I was just like, prayerfully, there's people who are, looking for this information. But brothers and sisters, I need your help. Let's help the children of Israel. There's people out there who are just waking up. They need to know. I just spoke to someone the other day who told me, they're coming out because they saw the video. A lot of people are, coming out, but they getting the information sporadically, brothers and sisters. There's sisters who have children. Our children, your children are the next kings and queens. Think of the days of Moses when only the children, the young people are the ones who made it in. All the older people, because of their stubbornness, because of their wickedness, because of their rebellion, they did not make it into the kingdom, into the new, the Holy Land. So it's going to be the same, like our children. There's sisters who got 4 and 5 kids, there ain't no man helping them. You see how they doing the daughters of Zion. Our sisters need to get this information. They're crying out. They don't know what to do and where to go. They may not have gotten the truth yet. They just know that something is wrong and they need to get out. Share the videos. Send it to people, family members, friends. There is a safe place. Whether you really, really believe it or whether you really can leave right now, maybe somebody will in turn help you get out because they needed to hear the information and they had the finances, and then they may reach back and help you. But you have to share this information. The children of Israel, it's time for this awakening to go to the next level. We need to get within the borders, brothers and sisters.
killed the video and forced me to take it down. You need to stay informed and you need to subscribe to Stoic Markets. It is 100% free and you can always
Okay,
unsubscribe
this
if you
is
don't
just
like
him
it. So go and
advertising.
click the link down below. As for the final notes from these economists on how bad the shape of our financial markets really are, here is a direct quote that they use to sum the entire situation up. Even if only half of uninsured depositors decide to withdraw, almost 190 banks are at a potential risk of impairment to insured depositors, with potentially $300 billion of insured deposits at risk. If uninsured deposit withdrawals cause even small fire sales, substantially more banks are at risk. Overall, these calculations suggest that recent declines in bank asset values very significantly increase the fragility of the US banking system to uninsured depositor runs, and these banks are essentially saying the same things too. A group of American banks known as the MBCA, or Mid-Sized Bank Coalition of America, together sent a letter to the FDIC asking them to insure 100% of their deposits for the next 2 years. That's 110 American banks, including some with assets as large as $100 billion, unsure of their financial stability and being forced to ask the FDIC to insure all of their deposits because they know if things go even slightly wrong, they will suffer catastrophic bank runs.
There's a dark reality hidden amongst the four corners of this world.
Now, what exactly did they have to say? Notwithstanding the overall health and safety of the banking industry, confidence has been eroded in all but the largest banks. Confidence in our banking system as a whole must be immediately restored. It is imperative we restore confidence among depositors before another bank fails, avoiding panic and a further crisis. These are not the words of banks that are solvent. These are the words of banks that know they are in trouble and they know the only way out is a bailout from the FDIC, like we saw with Silicon Valley Bank. One US congressman who used to be a banker and a member of the House Financial Services Committee said, and I quote, "If you don't do this, there's going to be a run on your smaller banks. Everyone's going to take their money out and run to the JP Morgans and these too big to fail banks. And they're going to get bigger and everyone else is going to get smaller and weaker, and it's going to be really bad for our system." The reality is that there is no easy solution here. Banks are not required to hold the money you deposit as physical cash. They are legally allowed to go out there to invest it, to try and make a profit on your money, and there's nothing you can do about that. And on top of that, every single bank in the world does it. So when we find ourselves in a monstrously poor period for asset prices, where bond prices fall, property prices fall, and equity prices fall, these banks lose money and suddenly find themselves under collateralized. They have lost billions of dollars on bonds over the last 2 years. That is a fact. That is real money that is gone and it's not coming back.
Praise Ahaya Bahashim Yeshaya. So I'm going to move on because I don't know how much time. The guy didn't come in yet. So we're going to go into Revelations. Babylon the Great is falling, brothers and sisters. This is what this is all talking about. So I urge you guys to hit the like button. Can you take this time right now to just hit the like button so that other people can get this, get information about coming out of Babylon. I'm going to go into Revelation. I'm going to share my screen right now. We're just going to read down so you can see that it's not the whole earth that the Most High is talking about. He's talking about one specific place that he deemed as Babylon. Okay? Just so you can be clear, because a lot of people, they're saying a lot of different things, and all this is just to, oh God, hold on. All this is to, I don't know, stop the children of Israel and give a whole lot of confusion of what we're supposed to be doing and where we're supposed to be going. This information, oh, where am I? Why is this happening? No, try again. Hold on. But if you want to download, I can show you that, but I don't have a lot of time. If you want to download eSword to your computer, you can just go to Google and hit download eSword and add that on. That was just on the screen, just so you'll know. But I don't know where my how am I gonna get to share your screen on download? Hold on, let me see. It's got to be coming. Windows. Okay. Yeah. Let me see if I can do it. Okay, can you see this, guys? It's sharing. No, it's not there. It should be, but it's not. Let me see, stop sharing. Hold on. Yeah, so if you want to get Eastward so that you can go to the Bible, you can even get it on your phone. Entire screen, what's that? No. Oh, here, God, now it's there. Okay, so you should be able to see it now. It's just a bit slow. Okay, yeah. You should be able to see that. Okay, so we're at Revelation 18, and I'm going to just read down so that you can see. Okay, so Revelation 18:1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, saying, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become a habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Now, guys, I always go into the scripture because right here, this gives you a clear synopsis of what is going on in this place called Babylon. Babylon the Great is fallen. It's becoming a habitation of devils. And as you can see, because we're not asleep, we can see all the demonic activity that's going on in America. Even with them like talking about the LGBT in Ghana, like them taking on those attributes. They're drinking the wine of Babylon. And we'll go into that in this chapter, how all the nations drunk the wine. So they're taking on all the, information, the rituals, everything that Babylon is given. Other nations are picking up on that stuff, but that don't make them Babylon. They have drunk the wine of Babylon. They believe in Babylon. They've taken on the attributes of Babylon, but that's not Babylon. Okay, so that's clear. It says it's become a habitation of devils, demons, and the hold of every foul spirit. When you go on Google and you go in and see how they build vortexes, type that in, how vortexes are all through the cities in the United States. They have trapped in demonic spirits. So that's why the whole LGBT and all these killings of people, family is being destroyed, people are killing each other. All that stuff is demonic activity with the CERN and all these other things going on, these rituals in these shows like the Grammys when they doing blood drinking rituals, and the guy Sam who was singing, he looked like a straight demon. They're ushering in all these spirits right in front of your face. These other nations aren't doing all this kind of stuff. This is all in Babylon. All their shows with Madonna and all these high-level witches and warlocks and demons doing these high-level rituals right before your face. Just like when I had covered that smack of Will Smith. That was a Babylonian custom of ritual that they performed right in front of the world, right here in Babylon with our people. Will Smith, these are the children of Israel performing these demonic rituals. They got our people participating, and us being there watching that stuff, we giving our energy to it too. So Babylon the Great is not every place. They are other nations are drinking the wine of it, yes, but that's not Babylon. America is Babylon. Listen, for all nations, here we go, have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication. That's what it's talking about. Just because these other nations and these countries are participating, they even helped, bring down the children of Israel, but they are not Babylon. So there's two different things, and we have to be able to discern these things wisely And not just, because we don't want to make a move or we don't want to do certain things. Oh, well, it's the whole place. There's nothing we can do because every place is going to be destroyed. No, that's not what the scriptures say. It says, for all nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication. They participated. They believe in it. They're doing the rituals and stuff too, but it's far different. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. Yes, they're in bed. The merchants and the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. They all participated, but they all are not Babylon. Don't deceive yourself with that. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. So the only way that you come out is that and not receive part of the plagues and the sins, you must come out. You must physically get up and leave. And I'm going to show you why. Okay, I'm going to read that again. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. So that if you don't come out, you will receive her plagues. We're going to see what the plagues are. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Ahiah hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she has filled, fill to her double. So he's saying bring 100-fold back to what she put out. How much has she glorified herself, lived deliciously, so much torment, sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And we know she sit a queen, that Statue of Liberty that sits in the harbor in America, in New York. And America has never participated in any kind of wars or anything really, She's saying she never lost any wars or anything like that. She's no widow. She didn't lose. And she shall see no sorrow. She's waxed rich. America. Everybody wants to be in America, guys. You got to understand that's prophecy of what it is. Therefore shall her plagues, now he's going to talk about the plagues, come in one day. Death. That's physical, brothers and sisters. That's not a spiritual thing. Death is physical. And mourning. When you mourn, you're physically mourning, right? You mourn. That's not a spiritual mourn. It's physically. You're mourning. And famine. You're going without. It's not spiritual. Famine is physical. And she shall be utterly burned with fire. That's physical. It's not spiritual. For strong is Ahiah who judges her. He's bringing judgment to that place, brothers and sisters. And it's not the whole earth. It's not all the nations that participated with her. Babylon is a separate place that caused these nations to fall. Now, what is greater than any country right now in these end times but America? People even try to act like, oh, it's Saudi Arabia. No, and doggone well, Saudi Arabia is not that strong. Ain't nobody really checking for Saudi Arabia. Okay, so you can't talk about it's Saudi Arabia. You can't talk about it's the old Babylon because ain't nobody checking for Iraq right now. It's America. And because you're there and you don't want to accept that you need to leave, you try to come up with all these other, and that's delusional thinking. If you can sit there and try to act like, oh, it's not America, or it's other places, when the scripture's clearly talking about one particular place, and that all the other kings and queens of these other nations are going to participate with her. So you got to be able to read it with some understanding. It's not saying that the whole earth is Babylon. It's not saying that it's more than one place. It's saying there's one particular place that all the other nations are gravitating to. Sounds like America to me. It says, and the kings of the earth. Now it's talking about the other places, the other nations, the other countries, the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her. They all got rich off of America because they buying and selling and, shipping their stuff and, the harbors and all the stuff, they're all getting rich, shall bewail her. They will be crying when this place falls. They all got rich with her. They love it. They're getting rich. The delicacies, all their people traveling back and forth to America. Listen, now that I live outside of America, you can actually see these people love America. They love her. They love her. And they all come here to get rich off of the children of Israel, sitting there, buying their products. Listen, it's America, y'all. It says, they shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. That's physical, brothers and sisters. It's not spiritual. Don't deceive yourself and talk about, oh, we need to come out spiritually. It says, the kings of the earth will see the smoke. There will be a physical fire of this place burning, right? And when you go into Jeremiah 50:51, it tells you that Iran, the Medes, he will cause them to shoot bows, arrows, missiles at her. That place is going to be destroyed. On top of it's falling. It's going to fall first. All that misery, famine, all that stuff is going to happen before it actually is, sent the missiles and all that hit. There's going to be some hell to pay in Babylon, brothers and sisters, and you don't want to be there. Okay? They shall see the smoke of her burning. It's going to burn like Hades, brothers and sisters. The Most High's fury is going to be poured out on that place. Didn't we just read that? It said in 18:8, at the last line, utterly burned with fire, for strong is Ahiah who judges her. She's going to pour out brimstone and fire on that place. You don't want to be there. 18:10, standing afar off from the fear of her torment. Who's saying, alas, alas, the great city of Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. This is what the other nations who love her so much, who you saying all participate, the sister who brought that up, talking about, it's all Europe, or these places gonna be lamenting over Babylon when she get destroyed. Okay? So it's not going to be all those places. This is one particular place he's talking about. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn. This is the other nations who buy and sell with her. They're going to weep in the morning. They're not going to be destroyed. They're going to witness this and they're going to be crying over it. For no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. That's all the ships in the harbors, the cargoes that's going back and forth through the oceans, all throughout the United States, going to other countries. These are the merchants. China especially, because everybody buys China stuff, but China sells a majority to America, right? The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and pearls, fine linen, purples and silk and scarlet and shining wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and of iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and hors d'oeuvres, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, wheat, beasts, and sheep, horses, chariots, slaves, and souls of men. All of that will be tormented, burning with Babylon. The souls of men, brothers and sisters, will be burning. It's clearly telling you that it's talking about a specific place and it's physical, what's going to happen. It's not spiritual. Okay? And the fruit that their soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee. That's not spiritual, brothers and sisters. It's physical. And thou shalt find them no more at all. You need to leave. You need to leave. You need to leave. Period. Point blank. There's no way around it. Don't tiptoe and try to act like, oh, you know, it's physical. It's clear, brothers and sisters. It's very, very clear. Yes, Khan, it's clear. Praise the higher. Don't be delusional, trying to act like, oh. And alas, that great city that was clothed with fine linen, purple, scarlet, decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour, so great riches has come to naught. It's not spiritual, brothers and sisters. Gold and scarlet, all that's not spiritual. And every ship master and all the company in ships and sailors, as many as trade by sea, stood afar off. These other people are watching. These other nations are watching. They're not all destroyed. This one particular place that the Most High is talking about is one place, not all of them that participated. They're going to be crying because of this. Okay, 18, and cry when they saw the smoke of her burning. Physically, guys, not spiritual. What city is like unto this great city? Hello? And they cast dust on their heads, cried, weeping, wailing, saying, alas, alas, the great city wherein we were made rich, all that had ships in the sea by reason of her coastlines, for in 1 hour she was made desolate. Hello? Not spiritual, guys. Not spiritually desolate. Smoke burning. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for a higher hath avenged you on her. Because what they did to the prophets here. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that city, great city Babylon, be thrown down. With violence, y'all. It's not spiritual. And shall be found no more at all. It's not spiritual. That's delusional to be even thinking that. Read the scriptures. Listen, 1822. And the voice of the harpers, the musicians, the pipers, the trumpets should be heard no more. Who celebrate music on such a high level besides America? With the Grammys, with the Oscars, with the music awards, the video music show. Who's doing that? There's no place in the world that celebrates these musicians and, singers and stuff like Babylon, like America. So you can't even put this prophecy on any other place because nobody do it as big as Babylon, America. And no craftsman or whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. It's not spiritual, brothers and sisters. This is physically gone, no more. You need to leave, okay? And the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee, okay? No light. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be no more. Ain't no big old marriages, none of all that, highfalutin stuff. No more, brothers and sisters. No more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by the sorceries were all nations deceived. They were using witchcraft the whole time. Everything, even the stock market, even the Bitcoin, all that stuff, brothers and sisters, is a bunch of witchcraft, is built on witchcraft. And that's why everything is busting like a bubble. Because the Most High is bringing it down. Babylon the Great is falling physically, not spiritually. And in her was found the blood of the prophets. This is why. And of saints and all that was slain upon the earth. It all comes down to this wicked place. We happen to have living in that place, in that captivity, and it's time for us to leave, brothers and sisters. There's no reason for anybody to be fixing their mouth to say, For one, it's spiritual because the Bible ain't saying nothing like that. And two, that it's the whole earth. Because I hear that all the time. Oh, it's the whole earth. Everybody, there's no safe place. That's a bold-faced lie. People are just deceiving themselves. When the Most High said, come out, he clearly spells it out and tells you why. At the end, he tells you because the blood of the prophets. Judah is in the neck of his enemy, and they've been killing us since we got there. Hanging them from trees, in cold blood, killing them, shooting them, stepping on their necks, whatever they could do, brothers and sisters. It's time to leave. Stop deceiving yourselves. Stop making up stuff. It's nothing but wickedness there. Why are y'all finding so hard to be in that wicked place? So I don't even need to go into Jeremiah 50 and 51. But you know what? I'll save that to next week. We can go into that. Because it's delusional for people to sit there making excuses. It's falling, just like the Bible says. This is what the Bible says was going to happen. And just like in the days of Noah, it's a process. It took Noah 120 years prophesying. But it was falling then too. And now we in this time. And you must come out before it's too late. So I give all glory and praise to Ahaya. Praise Ahaya, Akbar Bakaya. Good to see you. 144 is in the building. It's such a blessing to see you all. I pray that y'all are waking up and getting out. And guys, I'm going to leave you with the gold video again. I'm not going to play music at the end. I'm going to be, for those who just come in who didn't see it, y'all get some gold and silver on your way out. Or when you get to within the borders, you can buy gold and silver. In Jordan, you can buy gold and silver. Get out. I said you should check the airlines now, reserve you some plane tickets for you and your family so that as you getting ready, you already got your plane tickets. Also, I told you guys I can help buy plane tickets. It may not be the conventional way, but you can get some tickets. Get out. Now, you don't have to come through me. That's not what I'm saying. You ain't got I don't sell no gold, so I ain't trying to sell nothing. I just can help you. If you need help, get tickets. I am able to purchase tickets on this end. So, brothers and sisters, the Most High is providing a way. Take it and get out. I give all glory and praise to Ahaya Shohaya, Bahashim Yeshaya, Wa Kodash Wa. I pray I see you guys soon. Get out. Praise Ahaya to the 144 in the building. Bless you. That's the comment section. 144. The saints are in the building. Bless you all, guys. And I'll see you next week. I'll come on earlier next week because they close here. The guy should have come in. But my clock, I think, is fast too. But it's about 5:30 now. So he'll be coming in and I hope I have to go check that they didn't lock me in here because I got to, they closed because they're doing Ramadan. So everything, I think it closed down at 5 o'clock, if I'm not sure. And I got to now worry about how I'm going to get home. I may not even be able to get transportation because, in Ramadan, everything shuts down. So I'm going to leave you guys with this video. Check it out. Please like and share, guys. Because I don't have, how they be saying my like should match my views. Guys, I'll be like having 10 views at first or whatever. But at least I should have 10 likes. Praise Ahaya. It's the 144 saints now. I need your support. Praise Ahaya by Hashim Yeshaya. Okay, so I'm going to add this again. Love you all. Bless you.
Praise Ahaya by Hashim Yeshaya. Wak Wadashwa Wak. This is Sister Kana. And I wanted to, take a look at the gold coins that I was suggesting that people purchase. These are the gold coins. It's like the size of a dime, but it's, pretty decent weight. And it's about 320 JD right now. This is just one size that you can get, and you could purchase, or you can purchase silver coins as well. But this is what you want to start doing, brothers and sisters, as we see that Babylon the Great, it's falling. Just like the Bible prophesied. 2008 was the first glimpse, and now we're starting to see, a bigger falling of the economy, of the American economy like the Bible describes in Revelations. So I'm urging that you brothers and sisters start to stack up, buy gold, but most importantly, get out of Babylon, because the prophecies are true. And the Most High warned us. He said, come out of her, my people. Jordan is the safe place, brothers and sisters. So I just want to reiterate that. And also, just want to reiterate buying gold and silver, mainly gold because it's worth more. And, put some money aside and start buying some gold. And here is, I want to show you this clip as well. Here is another size. This is a 1 ounce gold, and this is a Swiss coin, and it's approximately $1,480 JD dinar. Okay, so it's about 1,400, almost 1,500 JD. Okay, and you can buy this in Jordan. And start saving and stacking up on gold and silver. I will do another video on some silver coins that you can get, but this is basically just to show you that you can purchase gold and silver as you come out, or you can just buy you some jewelry. But the this big one is 24 karat, and the small coin is 21 karat gold. It goes, you can get as low as 18 karat and go up to 24, and the 24 is the purest, gold. So this is what you want to start doing, brothers and sisters. Get out of Babylon first and foremost. You can buy gold and silver anywhere in the world, and you don't have to be, putting yourself through this. It's not okay. The Bible tells us to leave, get out, so that you do not partake in the foolishness that's about to go down there, okay? Our salvation is not in Babylon. Christ is not coming to redeem anybody there. He's not going to save you. That's what he said. He told us to come out. So I pray you listen. But I just wanted to give you some information on gold and the different sizes that you can go. So the ounces and then the smaller grams, okay? Shalom and praise Ahaya Bahashim Yeshaya. Walk, Quadash walk. Every word in that Bible is true.
rider was thrown into the Red Sea. Ahaya is my strength, Ahaya is my song. He is my salvation, my power, I built his habitation.
dancing host, they cast into the sea. The chosen captains also was thrown into the Red Sea. The depths have covered them, they sink just like a stone. The goodness of His excellency has overthrown. Higher. Not just about your attention again. You better pack them bags and grab them kids if you. You better pack them bags and grab them kids if you. You better pack them bags and grab them kids if you know what I know. Song of Moses, 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 song of Moses. You better. You better. You better. You better pack them bags and grab them kids if you know what I know. You better pack them bags and grab them kids if you know what I know. To the wilderness, let's go. Babylon about to fall. You better pack them bags and grab them kids if you know what I know. To the wilderness, let's go. Babylon about to fall. You better pack them bags and grab them kids if you know what I know. Study the scriptures to show yourself approved. Study the scriptures to show yourself approved. On higher, Bahashim Yeshaya. On higher, Bahashim Yeshaya. Study the scriptures. 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 Study the scriptures to show yourself approved.